Andrew is going to be doing the presentation of the royal origins and the traditions of cocoa, and also talking about this book, I believe. So a big round of applause, please, Mr. Andrew Whitten. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going.
Hello, my name's Andrew Whiting, actually, and I've been the owner of Beech's Chocolates for a number of years, but only taken over running it in the last 3 years or so, 3.5 years. I haven't always been in chocolate, actually. It was very interesting hearing Sophie's story about setting up the chocolate factory and developing it from scratch. I suppose I did it the lazy way, really. I just bought a chocolate factory and put somebody in to help me run it. And we're on a journey at the moment to take the brand to a much higher level of quality in terms of perception for our customers. And prior to that, though, my background was in consulting, and I spent quite a lot of time in Africa. Back in '97, I originally went out to Johannesburg, just took a flight out there, and went and sold 2 big consultancy projects in industry. And 5 years later, we'd actually set up a company there as part of my international group, and we'd ended up doing work with Ford in Pretoria, Daimler Chrysler, BMW, and all the port authorities, the buses in Cape Town, everywhere. And I eventually gave the business away in 2004 to the actual employees there. But I went back 2 years later, and I found that it wasn't doing as well as it could have been. And it just goes to show, as I've had discussions with His Majesty Eti-Oni last week and the week before, about the need for expertise in Africa. It's not just a question of sending funds over there and aid and things. It does need expertise to help people over there to combat the extreme competition that you get from the West and also the East now. And I can only echo the comments that people have made earlier tonight, and also to be brief, I suppose, so we can all eat, finally. But we import chocolate now from Madagascar. Now, Madagascar is one of the only countries in the world that actually has its own manufacturing plant and facility. And this is fantastic for them, because instead of sending beans over to Europe or somewhere like that to be processed outside the country for, I don't know, a few $100s a ton, they can actually sell it now for $5,000–6,000 a ton. And it adds a huge amount of value to the operation over there and to the country, the economy. And what's happening, by the sound of it, in St. Lucia is extremely exciting, I'm sure, for everybody over there. And there are some models already that can be copied from other parts of the world relating to manufacturing of cocoa. And I wish you all the best in developing that for Nigeria, which I think is a fantastic opportunity to develop an industry that is based around adding value by making the beans into something else, which is obviously where the answer lies. Now, I've been given the opportunity and the honor of presenting this book. Eti-Oni was talking about this book. It's a book that he's written himself. And I haven't had much of a length of time to have a look through it, but what I have read through and seen is absolutely fantastic. This book tells you the story of the traditions and origins of cocoa in Osun and the the festival, the Cocoa Festival, or the origins of that. Now, I understand that you're willing to sign, is that right, to sign copies of the book tonight, because these books are going to be available for anybody to take home with them. They're only £30 each, which is an excellent value. It's a coffee table book. And what could be better than having a signed book on your coffee table of exotic places around the world with exotic pictures from around the world. There's stories in there about traditions and the origins of chocolate and examples of some of the journeys that I know that you've taken in researching the book. So I can highly commend this book to everybody, and wonder if you'd like to come up and perhaps sign a copy and show us how it will be signed. And these are going to be available tonight for everybody who wants one. The cost of £30 each to help with the publication. So thank you very much. So you did write this, didn't you? Yeah.
I did a little bit more than writing.
You took the photographs as well, didn't you? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's an awful lot of work gone into this book.
Can Lord Alton join us, please?
You could even all come up at the same time, actually, and so
We're going to. Can I just say, if anybody is interested in the book, we are POS as well. Just in case you want to pay with card, we came prepared. So, but we'll be doing that much later. So if you want to buy any of the books, you can just signify.
yes. Okay. I wonder if Fiona and Lord Cox could come up. Yes, and also Lord Hilton, would you be available to come up? And there's one being done for you right now. Okay, we're also signing books here for the Honourable Mayors, so if they'd like to come up as well, please. And His Majesty Olusi.
Anyone come?